Hi everyone, my name is Kathy and I work here at the parish in religious education for children. And I'm here today to talk to you about the corporal works of mercy and the spiritual works of mercy. As you know, we have a program going on called Hands from Home. And it's a service project week that you're invited to join in with us all week long with your family to really dive in and get some inspiration about how to serve others like Jesus did through the corporal works of mercy and the spiritual works of mercy. And I just wanted to read to you a verse where the corporal works of mercy and where the spiritual works of mercy came from in the Bible. And this is a verse from Matthew chapter 25, verse 35. And I encourage you to look it up together as a family and really talk about it a little bit. See if there's a word that jumps out to you or something that really touches your heart about this verse. And in this verse, Jesus says, "For I was hungry, and you gave me food. I was thirsty, and you gave me drink. A stranger, and you welcomed me. Naked, and you clothed me. Ill, and you cared for me. In prison, and you visited me." And then the verse goes on in this reading from the Bible. It goes on to the people that are listening to this, they question Jesus and they say, "Jesus, we never saw you ill and suffering or in need of something to drink or eat. You were never in prison, and we didn't know. We would have come and helped you if we had known." And Jesus says, "When you saw my friends, the little ones, the least of them," he says in the verse. And that means other people who are in need, who are hungry or thirsty or in prison. Whenever they saw somebody else that was in need, he wants us to take care of the people like he would take care of the people. And so that is where the corporal works of mercy and the spiritual works of mercy come from. Jesus gives us a job to do. He's not here. We are to be his hands and his feet and do the work like Jesus would do. So the spiritual works of mercy and the corporal works of mercy are so beautiful because as we go through this week, yesterday you heard about Miss Jody visiting the sick, and that was such a beautiful reflection. I loved her story about going and singing to someone in a hospital right when they're about to get to go to heaven. And that is being Jesus to someone. Okay? So all this week you're going to be inspired by these corporal works of mercy and spiritual works of mercy to help people that are in need in a really special way. And sometimes we think we have to do big, giant things, okay, to help people that are in need. And those doing big, giant things are very, very important. But sometimes the people in need are right in our home. They're right in front of us. And I wanted to talk to you today about the two verses, the two works of mercy that are for today. First, we have to clothe the naked, which is a corporal work of mercy. And then we have to instruct the ignorant, which is a spiritual work of mercy. And I wanted to talk to you today about the corporal work of mercy to clothe the naked. And it's a very personal story that happened to me. And it's a way somebody served me when I was very young. So when I was young, I don't want to say we needed for much. We didn't need for very much. My parents always gave us everything that we needed and provided for us very well. So I was very blessed when I was young, when I was a child. But one day I was visiting my cousin in Texas, and she noticed that my shoes were kind of looking a little sad. They were at the end of a school year, so you can imagine the shoelaces were kind of ratty and old, and there was a couple holes in my shoes. And my cousin was 2 years older than me, and her name was Christina. And the whole time we were visiting her, she kept asking about my shoes, And by the end of the visit, my cousin had gone into her closet and brought me one of her older pair of shoes. It was older to her, but they looked brand new to me. I thought these shoes were the most beautiful tennis shoes I had ever seen before. And my cousin gave them to me. And I, at first, didn't know what to say. I didn't want to accept them. I felt funny about taking them. But eventually, my mom said, no, it's okay. You can have Christina's shoes. That would be very nice. And those shoes went on to be my favorite pair of tennis shoes that I ever had. I probably wore those shoes for 3 years straight until they wouldn't fit me anymore, until the laces wouldn't tie anymore, until there was hardly a thread left on the side of them. And I'm not sure it was so much the shoes, but it was the point that my cousin had given me something that belonged to her. She had seen that I was in need of something, and she offered something that was hers to me. And those shoes, I still have such a fond memory of those shoes. And I wish I could wear them today. I wish they still fit me. They were the most comfortable, most special shoes I ever got. And my cousin that day, for 3 years, she clothed me in a really special way. And she did that out of love. And that is what the corporal works of mercy and the spiritual works of mercy are about. If you do something with love and you do it in the name of Christ, you are doing a corporal work of mercy and a spiritual work of mercy. Whether it's something big, like raising money for a big programs, somebody that's really in need, a family that's really in need, that has lost things and need things. Whether you're doing a big clothing drive to help bring winter coats or socks to people who are homeless and in need of warmth. Or it's something little, like giving your pair of shoes to your little sister or brother, or to a neighbor that is in need and growing out of their shoes into some shoes. As long as you do it with love, you're doing it for Jesus, and that's what matters the most. That's what he wants from us. So I challenge you this week to do a corporal work of mercy. Maybe today you could find a way to clothe the naked. And as long as you're doing it with love, as long as you're doing it for Jesus, that's the right thing to do. All right? So have a great day, and hope to see you soon. God bless.